everybody. What I want to talk about today is you have two different websites to look at. One was about creating outlines, and I already created a video for that. And the other one is about different ways to input text into a document. And I wanted to go over two ways. I wanted to create a video to show you how to put text on a path and also to fill a shape with text. So I've shot some video and I want to present that for you. Some of it will be a repeat for what you see on the website, and I think there's some attached video for that, but others will just be my insights on how I use it. All right, thanks so much. Have a great day. Okay, so we're going to start with the typing on a path tool, and I could draw a path with the pen tool. I could create paths in many different ways, but I'm just going to use an existing tool, the ellipse tool. I opened up the type panel and I selected the type on a path tool and clicked on the top of the circle, and you notice that it filled automatically with filler text. It selects the default font, which is whatever was last used generally. I can replace the text by just typing because it's already selected. Notice as I type, the words are aligning with the outer stroke of the shape. Next, I want to demonstrate how I can change the alignment from left aligned to center to right or to justify, and it will move the position of where the words end up on the line. I can also rotate, scale, or manipulate the shape in pretty much any way that I want to. The text will follow. In this zoomed in view, notice there are two lines right at the beginning and all the way around at the end, and if I move those, that will change also the position of where my text is, and it'll allow me to adjust the start and stop positions of where I want my text to be. And that'll help me kind of fine-tune what I'm trying to do. Now that I have those positions where I want them to be, I can go in and finish typing my text. So I select the Type on a Path tool again and just start typing. Notice when I reach the stop point, I can't type anymore. Once I have my text, I'm able to make some adjustments by changing typefaces and fonts. I can change sizes, I can change colors, and generally I can manipulate this as many ways as I need to get what I'm looking for. I decided to go with the script font for this piece. By changing the font size and the typeface, I ended up having some overset text. Look at the little red box. In Illustrator and in InDesign as well, you get that little red box when you have text that doesn't fit into the space that you allotted for it. So you need to make that adjustment. Now my entire message is showing and I can get back to my work. After a little fine-tuning, I have what I want, and then I'm going to move on to demonstrating another way to put type into your picture. If you haven't used the curvature tool, it's the one that looks like the Bezier pen tool, but it has a little squiggle afterward. And the way it works is you click a point and then you let go and move your mouse. And what will happen is it will automatically make a curve that fits between the two mouse points that you put. And those are adjustable, obviously, and you're able to make interesting curve shapes. When you get back to the first point that you made, the shape closes and you have a completely closed shape. You can then select your Type on a Path tool and begin typing. You now have access to all the same tools and things you could use with the ellipse tool. A note here, when you're working on curves that go in and out like this, you often need to adjust the letter spacing in between letters. Not necessarily for entire words, although that may happen. That's called tracking. But when you're going in between two letters to adjust the spacing, the procedure that you're doing is called kerning. So you may have to look at weird letter spaces that the curves make and adjust accordingly. I'm working on a video for one of your later chapters that will explain kerning and tracking in more detail. Now that I showed you two methods for typing on a path, I want to also show you how you can type in to fill a shape. And once again, I'm going to use the traditional shape tool. This time I'm choosing a polygon tool, which I can use to make a 5-pointed star, along with the regular type tool. When I hover over, you see a square, but when it turns to a circle, that's when I'm able to fill with type. Notice that when I click in there, the shape is automatically filled with filler type, which I can replace with my own type. I can change the fonts, font sizes, the orientation. I centered the text so that it better fills the star shape. These are the things I need to do to be able to create an image that's going to be made out of text. So this will really apply closely to your portrait project at the end of the class, but it will also probably apply quite a lot to your word cloud that you're making for this week's discussion boards. And I wanted to point out that very similarly to the Type on a Path tool, when you're typing in a shape, you can see the outer frame as a stroke, but once you're finished typing, that will actually turn into just text and you will not see the shape of the star other than how it contains the text. So I want to remind you how important things like your adjustments, tracking, kerning, all those things will make that shape fill in the best, and then you'll have a complete shape. Notice that when I select the text, I can then go in and do things like change the colors. At the top of the Illustrator panel, in the character section, the colors for the characters. So I selected right now orange for the star. For the text on the curved line, I used a blue, and then I used red for the type on a circle. I really wanted a yellow star, so what I did was I put a black square behind it so that yellow would stand out because it was causing a contrast issue. Have a great week, everybody.